So this is the tiny camera from China. It comes in this box. The SQ11 mini DV camera, Sports HD, which claims all kinds of things. Most notably 1280 by 780, 30 frame per second video, and 200 milliamp per hour battery, rechargeable, and it takes mini SD cards. So this is the camera itself. It's tiny, and as you can see, there's the lens with a little sticker on it that says 12 megapixels, and I think they mean 1.2 megapixels, but anyway, it's got these 6 little points which are infrared LEDs perhaps, and it claims to be a night vision camera. Those are my LED lamps for testing later on with infrared illumination. So this is the little camera. It's got a slot for the micro SD card. It's got a micro USB connector, 2 buttons, and that's about it. Anyway, I wasn't very happy with the performance of it, so I thought, why not get out the screwdrivers, which are over here, and take the thing apart, which is over here. And this is what we end up with. So the box splits in two. There's just one screw holding them together. This is the front panel with the infrared LEDs. That's the little rocker part for pressing the 2 push button switches that are on the top of the board. And this is the little camera board itself with the power switch and the mode switch. And hanging at the bottom is a teeny little rechargeable battery with a claimed 200 milliamp hour capacity. And there's a tiny camera module. As you can see, it reflecting the LED lighting I'm using here. It's a little bit sort of purpley green looking sometimes, which suggests to me it might be an infrared blocking filter. Although actually this camera is more sensitive to infrared light than I expected it would be. Perhaps that's why it claims to be a night vision camera. On the back of the board, there's one little chip, 8-pin chip, and the micro SD card connector, and that is it. Very, very tiny. And looking at the front panel, which is here, this is the front part with the 6 little black LED light looking bumps. These are very special LEDs, obviously, because you can take them out like this. The whole thing comes apart, and there you can see that these are black plastic infrared illuminators. They have no wires, they must be wireless. They probably consume no power and also emit no infrared light. In fact, it's a dummy just to fill the holes, probably on a more expensive version, which would have had infrared LEDs there, hopefully. This thing cost me about €6 with delivery from China direct. So obviously we can't expect too much for that amount of money. Bought via Amazon. So let's move these pieces out of the way. This one has the SD card slot and micro USB connector hole, not much else. This side has no apertures in it at all, no holes, which is a bit of a shame because the microphone actually mounts behind this, and as you can see, it's a solid plastic. There's no way for sound to get through the plastic to the microphone, which is preventing it from working very well. Here's the microphone. I don't know if you can see that. It's a very, very small, that tiny little black round thing on the end of the red and black wires is a teeny microphone. It works far better when it's out of the case, of course, and exposed to the air. So this is the little camera, and perhaps I can switch it on with one hand. This right hand switch here is the on-off switch. And if I turn it on, there we are, the little blue LEDs illuminated. I'm viewing it from the back, which is what you're not normally able to see because it's in the case. Normally you just see the edge of the LED like this, which is nowhere near as bright, of course. And if you switch mode by pressing this button, at the moment it's video mode, we can switch by pressing the left-hand button to still photo mode. And I think those are the only 2 modes it has. Some versions of this camera have 2 video modes and motion detection, and you can turn the infrared LEDs on and off. I think all of those features are missing on this cheapest possible version. So that's the little camera. What I'm going to do is to try recording on this tiny camera for you to see what it's capable of with video, and also to see how sensitive it is to infrared light. And let's see how that works out in the next part of this recording.